Right then, if you've never played Ticket to Ride, this is the basic gist. Now, I'm going to move these because they're in my way for the moment. Okay. Now, I've played the online, the app. So each player receives 4 cards in their hand. There are 5 cards played here, taken from the deck. And as you can see, the longest... I don't have any nails. We're gonna go off the edge of the table with that. Focus, please. Thank you. This is the longest path. And that'll give you 10 bonus points. Now, they give you a card for the scoring system, but it is also on the board itself. Now, each player is given 3 cards. Now, in a game, you wouldn't be showing these. And these are the routes. The more points they're worth, the more difficult they are. Now, ideally, you would want at least 1 city to be shared. Unfortunately, I don't. Now, you may keep 2 or 3 of these. Well, I think I'm going to get rid of the Montreal, Canada route for this player. Discard and keep Kansas City and Houston and Vancouver, Santa Fe. Kansas City, Houston is very, very simple. Let's see. Here's Kansas City. And here's Houston. That's why it's only worth 5 points. The gray ones are wild cards. You can have any color tracks going down here, and there's only 5. Now, if someone blocks this off, because it's only a 2-player game, you can only use one side or the other. If I take these two, someone else has to get from Kansas City to Houston, they'll have to go this way, which is the long way. Now, that'll get you more points. You can optionally do that if you want. Well, you can also go that way. There's lots of ways to go. So that's why it's only worth 5 points. So this player is going to keep those 2. Put it next to their hand. I suppose I may as well just put them like that. Let's see. Calgary, Phoenix. Los Angeles, Chicago. And Duluth, El Paso. Okay, I have to keep the Duluth because that's where I live. I think this player is going to get rid of the Los Angeles. Well, let's look at it on the board. LA is here, and Chicago is here. There are a lot of ways to go. Maybe they'll keep that one. Which would mean, well, it's only a 2-player game. So I think this player is going to keep all of their cards. And I'm not just saying that because it's the quote-unquote NPC or non-player character. I'm kind of playing both. Okay, so I will be playing blue. My opponent will be yellow. Now, we both start on the number 1 because we have 1 point. So, In the first turn, you draw 2 train cars. Now, I could draw from those 5 as well, but we're just doing a demonstration. And again, because it's a demonstration, I can show you my hand. And it's a new game, new to me, so I haven't shuffled it very well. I got a wild card. Those are very valuable. So let's remind ourselves which routes I have. Vancouver, Santa Fe, and Kansas City, Houston. I have 4 whites. So let's see, Vancouver, Santa Fe. Vancouver is up here, Santa Fe is here. There are white tracks, but that's going the wrong way. If I wanted, I could use my wild and put the 4 whites and the wild here and go from Santa Fe to San Francisco up to Vancouver. But I don't know if that's what I want to do just yet. I have a green one. Let's see. Kansas City, Houston. Well, that's all wild card things. So Vancouver, Santa Fe, Vancouver. You know, not a whole lot of green. So this player is going to end their turn. I'm actually going to look at the cards on this one before I go drawing, since that's a thing that you can do. All right. Duluth to El Paso. Well, if I go El Paso to Denver, Denver to Kansas City, and then up to Duluth, I would need some orange. Let's see what I have in my hand. I have 2 orange. So my draw for this player is going to be to pull these 2 orange. And we shall put 2 more from the deck. And there's a wild card for the next player, or for the other player. So, it's not as hard as you think. We have these 2 orange and these 2 orange. Now, you're not going to put the cards on here. We're going to put these at the bottom of the deck like you do any other card game. Or we can just, I was going to say we could start a discard pile. And because this is so tall, we might want to start a discard pile. Wow, those just went everywhere. Yeah. I'm going to try to edit that out, but it's probably not going to work because I don't have editing software, so it'll depend on what YouTube has available. Anyway, discard pile because of that disaster. Now, I know I have 4 cars that are orange. So, we put them on the orange. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, because this is only a 2-player game, the blue player cannot, take this black row. They're going to have to go any other way out of Denver or Kansas City. And that is the gist of the game. I just got 4 cars, so I get 7 points. This card pile is going to have to go elsewhere because, there's one under the mat. We'll clean this up afterwards. Anyway, 7 points. Now, as we know, 7 plus 1 is 8, so the yellow player moves to the 8. Play continues until one of us only has 1 or 2 cars. That is the last round. So that player, when they have 1 or 2, they only get 1 more move. So does the other player. And you can end with you only have 2 left and they have their whole darn bag. That, my friends, is the gist of Ticket to Ride, and it can get very competitive, very cutthroat. You, by the way, do not actually keep your routes out. When you play, they're like that. And your hand is also out of sight, so that other people don't see where you're going and block you. Have fun, and don't kill each other.